Hi everybody, this is Joanna. Thanks so much for tuning in. The aliens in the house. Aliens. Elohim. Yay, fairies. Everybody's in the house. Archangel Michael. Gaia. Ooh, Gaia. Naya, Maya, Naya, Naya. What a beautiful day. And we wanted to start doing Gaia, just a quick Gaia message, and the Gaia message will include beautiful special oracles that I've got to awaken and start activating the memories that each and every one of us have through our DNA and through our many, many lifetimes here as sacred priestesses and goddesses and and priests in different orders of Melchizedek and all the various Lemurian, Atlantean, Hyperborean timelines that we've all been on, and to begin to remember our oneness with Gaia in many ways. I operate with the consciousness fields, and my field activates with her, and I walk with her. I'm very active with her, and I speak with her in all that I co-create. And so part of my gifts and part of my soul's mission is to begin to harmonize new templates and new light codes and activate it through however I so desire that's exciting for me, to offer it for the collective so that the collective begins to remember their oneness with Gaia, how to activate the dance and the play and the joy with Gaia, and why we try as often as we can to bring her offerings of information and wisdom that's really truly channeled in everything that we channel, because it's always linked with the highest councils of light, which are obviously taking into account all consciousness with regards to human evolution and all light programs, which we wouldn't be anywhere without Gaia and her consciousness. And so today we wanted to offer, a Gaia activation and doing some singing and activations with her, and a Gaia card, pulling some of my very favorite decks, one of the brand new ones that I got. So thank you so much. And we all know that through awakening and through ascension, it's about releasing of the densities. And because Gaia is a consciousness body in and of herself, that many of us have been here for eons of time right now, it's all now moment. And that as we're moving through really profound shifts, just as many of us have seen over the last 5 to 10 years, the many physical shifts that Gaia has gone through in releasing certain collective densities for us, and why we see the release of those energies through various weather predicted hiccups, if you will. It's a way of her to release those energies that we have suppressed upon her as we walk about the earth. And if we're not feeling that love and that harmony and that balance with her, then she feels those energies, and to release it is a way for her to do that. We're honoring all that is the highest sacred light for the benevolence of all Gaia, the benevolence, and we're choosing to allow ourselves to entangle in the threading of all timelines, so that we offer ourselves in the centering, and we're offering the love of who we are. Remember, our multidimensional epicenter is linked with her epicenter. So the more that we're renewing who we are as light, we're renewing who we are as a vast multidimensional soul, and we choose with intention to open our hearts and bathe light to all beings, bathe light to all consciousness, then we're walking in oneness. We're one with the collective heart of humanity. We're one with Gaia heart of humanity, and as well as the heavens that offer it to us. And so it's really important that we take that oneness of heart, with her in our communion, and honor her as a sacred body of intelligence and wisdom and her motherhood to us. And I'm honoring you. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Gaia, and the highest mother, and the Elohim, and the orders of Melchizedek, the brotherhoods and sisterhoods of light, and the councils of light. Thank you, the creators of light, for all light programs. Through the intentions of our open heart, through the intentions of our sacred gathering, we open to any information and wisdom that may come through as the highest consciousness for our communion today with Gaia. Thank you. I'm just going to write this down. Is that a name for me? Thank you. The prophecies of light are held within a threading of consciousness that each and every one of us come to live within our own unique way. And this is the activation from within of our threaded intelligence and our family. Thank you, Gaia. Our family and our sacredness with you. So those are prophecies of light that we each hold. And again, we've talked about so many times in gratitude. Thank you with the highest holy servants, and thank you to be a part of a conduit that offers multidimensional wisdoms for our multidimensional realities as we're exposing who we are in the grander omnipresent micro macro of us being source creator and source being within, as we honor all of our presence within all that spirit is. And in so doing, we allow ourselves to awaken to the consciousness aspects of who we are within the all, being that we have codes that are active and dormant, if you will, until we are ready to expose and activate and integrate our oneness with all categories of light. And of course, our planet being that of a consciousness, the blessed consciousness of all that we are, and the many councils and the many groups, and the consciousness that we are all coming here to activate and expand and ascend as we open our hearts to know and seek within that. And there are consciousness activations through which conduits like Joanna is allowing you to tap into, that there are activities and groups of councils and consciousness that are always within and without, if you so desire to open up your own prophecy and activate it within who you are within the planet of its intelligence of love and light and benevolence for you. For each and every one of you have a path of consciousness. Each and every one of you have a path of destiny, of exploration, experience, and perhaps a new expression of who you are within that planet. Shia Mamakai, Tikesha Shia Tataka, my Tikesha Shia Namakataka, Easisia Mamai, and I am so that you each carry with you vehicles of light. Those vehicles of light are connected with the planetary consciousness. I am my name, Anaiki, Mayana, Naya, Mayana, Mayana, Eana, 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 Kidea, Seana, Kea. Ayamana Kitiana, Isiama Kateana, Ayamana Kisia, Ayana, Nayana. Thank you, Holy Gaia. Thank you, Holy Gaia. So when they offer information like that, I'm able to feel into and see into and know the threading of how that flows as a harmony. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father, and with great honor. Thank you. You're just talking with me right now. Say Ayasa sayamai, Tikianaya, Anaya, Kiteamaya, Kitianaya, Naya, Aya, Anaya, Kitianaya, Ayake, Ashishia, Mayana, Nakai, Nakai, Nakanana, Tisianana, Aikinana, Tiki, Alalana, Alalana, Tiki, and thank you. Thank you. Shishiyaya Mamaka. Shishiyaya Mamaka. Shishiyaya Mamaka. Hey, Takiyana. I am Mamaka Takiya. I am I Takiya. I am Mamaka. I'm Mamaka. Am I? No, Takiya, I'm Mamaka. No, I am not Takiya. I'm not Takiya. I'm Mamaka. And they were just showing me. Thank you. So we're just talking about bipolar. We call it bipolar disease, or and bipolar showing it with the interrelationship with our grounding and our ability to harmonize with the planet. And those with bipolar experiences would be greatly served by exploring their experiences when they're deeply rooted and grounded with Gaia, and how these transformative experiences in their own knowingness and commandmentship of their grounding with the planet would affect the various specifics in who they know themselves to be. We're talking about the higher and lower consciousness bodies that they carry within them are very active, but it is only within the grounding that they harmonize these two bodies to become one. These, of course, are not all within the blanket statement of all those that experience bipolar. However, in your connection with your planet, in your harmonizing of your own inner truth of who you are, these indications of grounding would be highly recommended for exploratory. Thank you. Thank you. Ai shishia mama Gaia tatake shishia taka mama kataka. Ai mama kataka. Ai mama la la katake la la katake la la katake. Symptomologies of depression are also very advantageous in its dynamic return to a balanced core agreement within the multidimensional bodies, biochemistry, through the resonance that Gaia offers, through intention and offering healing teams in. However, your scientists already know this. Your planet serves as a great body of health and wellness. Beyond what you can imagine. Systems of homeostasis will change greatly. However, as your bodies are greatly shifting, it would be advised that you take great joy in exploration of how you shift and change with greater play with her, and grounding and acceptance and centering with her. Thank you. Hi. My thank you. They're talking about this. They've got this rose petal fluid. Thank you. A rose petal and rose petal fluid. Mm-hmm. Beautiful eyes. I honor you, Spirit. I honor you, Spirit. Thank you. I honor you. Delicate rose within each of you. To unfurl in the beauty and the elegance that you are. The sacred gift that Source Creator offers you. And by knowing of thyself, unfurling of the rose. Sacred light, sacred I am I love you. Thank you. Hi, this Thank you. It's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Gaia. I love you. And thank you, my soul and my teams. And thank you, my soul and my teams. Thank you, the Mother, and Father, Creator, the Holy Christ. Thank you. And all that we allow you to explore. The great grace and the beauty. For remember, it is all you. Thank you. It's a beautiful song. Thank you. Thank you, creators. Thank you. And we're going to do my favorite deck. Thank you. Such a beautiful, chilled out energy right now. Thank you. This is our beautiful deck. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. We're talking about the prophecies of light. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're just talking with me. I love you. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you. This one fell out. The hyacinth is playfulness. That's what Gaia reminds us. I love that one. So we're going to take that. We're going to take a couple more. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. My heart is open with the highest level of gratitude for you, Gaia. And my song with you, that will be everlasting for all eternity, for all timelines, for all. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Gaia. Oh, the yellow rose. We were talking about the rose. Thankfulness. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to take one more. Oh, this is so nice. I want to take one more because I just love this deck. Oh, I love that deck. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then we're going to take our magical oracle, the herbs. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Let me just have a drink. I'm going to be going to play tennis soon. I just feel so relaxed. I just want to go to sleep. I'll be on the tennis court. I'm so grateful. I love you. I'm in love with you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm in love with you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so grateful. So grateful I get to play a part in all of your awakening. I'm so grateful. For those that would like to donate, we also have our first classes. So if you send a donation to our link that we have below, every Saturday we're coming up to create a beautiful healing classes to work on. We'll do light activations, we'll do clearing and cleansings on the fields, and that you have a lot of time to talk with me at the end and ask questions. The link is below. It's the donation PayPal link, $22 US minimum. Usually I only offer these types of classes and activations in our global webinars, but I thought because of so many people awakening and needing those activations for those that have experienced trauma, abuse in many multidimensional ways. You're looking for experiences to transcend those experiences, limitations in mental patterns, physical patterns, anything that is those psyche wounds and traumas. We will be calling in. Thank you. Hi. Thank you. The highest counsels of love and light and healing for those transmuting and the blessing of the bathing of who we are as beings of light. And it begins tomorrow as our first class. So join us. We'd love that. Thank you. Thank you. Because we all wish to have just a little bit. I'm going to pick 3 cards here. This one fell out. Progress. We can't progress unless we're owning and acknowledging all of our wounds so that we allow ourselves to be in greater harmony and allowing us the endurance of the path, which is what many of my teams this week have been celebrating with me, is my endurance, my perseverance to to be where I am right now, for the devotion that I've had to move through, you know, some of the most energetically difficult experiences I've ever moved through. And then on top of that, being able to offer it forward as a teaching opportunity and an offering opportunity for those that are awakening, that also find challenges to understand why they're feeling what they feel, sometimes in the profundity of how they feel what they feel, because much of who we are as multidimensional beings has never been taught to us from an early age. So many of us that are highly empathic and sensitive walk around feeling as if we never fit, and entirely combative in all and arenas that we go into, because it simply feels combative, the negative and dense energies. And so those are experiences that we all have to move through and walk through. To understand who we are, the seeking of the gentleness of who we are in oneness with all spirit. So it's a beautiful experience and journey to know thyself and to renew thyself, renewing of thyself, so that all you need and requirement of who you are, your choices, the path you walk on, your clarity, your confidence comes from within. And you don't need to look for who you are in any outside experience and system, and why all of our collective and all of our collective communities will be changing, so that we align with the fifth dimensional grids, the fifth dimensional light templates, which is thyself as sovereign, thyself as spirit, thyself as love, thyself as joy, and creating those socio-altruistic systems that align with light programs and the greater good of all. That is the honoring of energy and spirit to the greater benevolence, and learning about releasing egocentric control programs that don't necessarily use energy in benevolent experiences, but rather to control outcomes and to control experiences, which is all a part of the game, but it's all based on what you want to return back to you as a soul experience. If it's whatever is done, benevolence will be benevolence, and you'll receive benevolence. If it's done in a way that is not benevolent, that will also be returned to you. So why we've made many posts about the use of energy, if it's being done carelessly and foolishly and with self-serving motives, then it will be brought back in return of equal, devising of what the soul feels and deems as karmically right for every soul. Because remember, every soul that is moving about their own soul's plan, they have their own soul's lessons to learn. And the higher self, and connection with the higher self, if you're working with your teams and you're doing your daily self-care and you're connecting with your higher self and you're creating those choices from your heart space, then you'll be living within, clearing away the karma that just comes up, as opposed to creating more karma when you're choosing from an ego space to simply get what you need to get because it's a fear experience, which then just creates more karma you got to clear. So the more that anyone can choose to create those center choices from their center, what is in the greatest good of all, following your heart's desire, following what your spirits are guiding you to, then allowing yourself to just learn about who you are and your navigation with you as spirit, and honoring that all is energy and all is perfect and all is well, and to treat every single soul's path with benevolence and honor and allowance. Accept everybody for who they are, allow everybody's journey and path to be who they are, while you are allowing and accepting all that you are. For all is source creator, all is God, and all is neutral. It doesn't have one sway or another sway. Everything is neutral. What allows us to deem it in any other way, whether it's positive or negative, is from the psyche wounds that we've been brought up with and the very limited experiences and beliefs about who we are and what we thought we were. So again, the process and the unfolding of self-actualization is within three simple categories. Who do we think we are? Who are we? What do we exist within, and what exists within us? And that's the whole process of seeking of thyself, returning to thyself. Who are we and why are we here? What exists within me, that micro-macro experience? And then in doing so, we allow ourselves to open up to a greater experience of who we are, a greater exploration of who we are, and a greater expression of who we are. As we express, we're allowing ourselves to become greater in balance within that male and female energy systems of all that we are, and bring a greater harmony to ourselves. So we're going to use our light language deck, our Mayan light language deck. Oh my gosh, the hologram. So we're just talking about the micro-macro hologram. I'm going to take one more. Thank you. Because as we do, we resolve duality. So remember, when we are going through any of those moments like we talked about yesterday, when we're moving through those experiences, we'll put this one like this because this is how that's the process of the energy, moving through that infinity. We are in the center of who we are. That's the dynamic source of all that we are. In the center of who we are source. And in any one moment, whether it's positive or negative, we can swing from the pendulum as much as we want if it's ego and you're not aligning with who you are in your center. As you're aligning with who you are, everything is neutral, because we need that friction. We need those triggers to allow us to jet forward when we're choosing from this new knowing of who we are, this new clarity of who we are, to choose in those highest vibrations of, well, what is really truly good for me. It might be seen from others in different ways and perspectives, and that's okay. But your need and your desire and your spiritual journey for you and you and source threaded together is only for you and source to know. And when you do so, you allow all that is to be harmonized. And it's no longer a duality process. You're just understanding all is neutral. And you just get to flow naturally, and without all the resistance of the resistance, you just get to flow. And you have to understand that when you're proposed with something and something comes to you, then you can rise above and see it as up here and say, well, I could choose to react to it, which would be resistance of resistance, or I can just center and just allow that flow to live through me. Again, the law of non-resistance, or the law of flow. And so that resolves the duality, because it's not them and us. It's not light and dark. It's not bad and good. It's just all one. It's all one. Whatever stories we've come with within the center of our being, because each of us come with soul records that we have to resolve those karmic stories. Those karmic stories are little imprints, the density imprints, I call them little packets. So the circle behind is a dense packet of information that's encoded in one of your bodies or your fields. And when you're triggered by any day-to-day circumstances, that packet comes forward and it gets activated, because it says you're ready now. You're carrying a certain amount of light that you can transcend this density. And it's held as a psyche experience. It's just an experience, because the physicality is an illusion, if you will. And so this packet wants to be resolved. So how do you resolve it? By knowing that it's all one. It's all one. It's just that story of before you're knowing, because now you can create the acknowledgement and the awareness that it's all you, and accept it. Accept it's all you, all you, all you, all you. It doesn't matter what side you're on, if we will. Break it down to sides, if you will. If this one is saying, why is this one acting that way and going about their life in such independence, and why are they so happy, and why am I so miserable? This person is required for this person to see, well, maybe I can do that too. They're all reflections of the one. It's all one. It's all one. All reflections, all triggers, all experiences are all needed. It's all required. It's all one. The whole of it is source. Every person comes with a moment for moment choice. What part of my soul am I ready to explore, experience, and express now? And again, if one can do it from the centered place within one's heart, what is this decision I'm making of the greatest good, or is it an ego motive, wanting to satisfy my ego, or is it done of the greatest good? When you're in alignment with source, source will bring you what is aligned with your heart soul's desire. And your heart and soul will know it, because it will feel as if it's a creative excitement that will fulfill a soul experience. It will fulfill or allow you to express or experience yourself in a whole new way. And that's how you know that you've manifested at the soul level, because it will allow you to fulfill that soul expression. And so, there's people that are asking right now, well, how do you know that if you're a spiritual being and you have this great soul mastery and you're manifesting all these great experiences to come to you, how do you know if the experience before you was a spiritual experience? Well, if it really gets you excited to express and explore yourself in a new way as a soulful being, and you're doing it for the benevolence of the greater good, if you've just been offered a job or a vocation that will offer you new creative experiences to do counseling with children, then that is a soulful experience that you've manifested. And in doing so, that will also serve the ego, because the ego is a part of that. The ego wanted to be a part of that manifestation, but it's a soulful experience because it serves your expression of who you are as a soul. It calls forward those soulful gifts. It calls forward those soulful creativities, and it helps the greater good. And so those are soulfully aligned. So you can feel into the difference between when something feels like something that you just want it because you want it, or do you allow it to move through you as the expression and experience and exploration of you, more of you. How can I express more of me today? How can I be very shiny today? How can I use my beautiful experience and expression of who I am as beauty to express the soul energy of who I am? I'm a living and expanding soul, and I want my beauty to be seen as that ever-moving evolution of who I am. So beauty is what they gave me earlier this week was our meaning of beauty on our planet is changing. And the beauty, 5D beauty, is about being rich in spirit and deep in compassion. And living in that way of the soul, are you compassionate with your soul when you're moving through challenges and difficulties? And that's becoming more nurturing and loving and honoring of yourself as a multidimensional presence. And then we get to spoil ourselves with the gifts of Gaia and have ourselves be in love with ourselves for the first time. And most, when we're awakening, when we are going through an awakening process, it's about the remembrance of self-love with who we are, with Source. And Source allows us to create any beauty within creation, and we get to honor it because we really do appreciate everything around us much more deep and rich, because it's spirit. When you become rich in spirit with you, become rich in spirit with all things. And that's why when Jesus walked, all the animals and all earth changed, because his vibrational field changed it. He was rich in spirit, and he activated spirit within Gaia. That's why it's a micro, macro, symbiotic experience, and why it's very important that we awaken to our profundity with Gaia. Oh, I brought 4 here. The forget-me-nots, again, it's eternal memories. And what she was saying before about the prophecies of light, the forget-me-not memories is about our remembrance of who we are as spirit with Gaia, because Gaia is a spirit consciousness, awakening those activations. But she never forgets. She never forgets us. The enthusiasm and friendship, so we can be enthusiastic about who we are with First. Remember, it's about a self-love story and a sacred journey within who we are, and our friendship within who we are, the friendship with our bodies, the friendship with Gaia, the friendship with all that we are, and expressing it and exploring it in new ways, so that we're absolutely okay with who we are. We don't need anyone or anything outside of us to be happy and successful and fulfilled. Quite happy being fulfilled by myself with spirit. And if those beautiful loving soulmates and soul playmates come forward, then I know that spirit has delivered them to me. But I'm absolutely flourishing and I'm blooming within who I am, because I understand who I am, and I want to have that self-love journey. And I want to be enthusiastic about it. That's inner beauty. And again, when you're enthusiastic about who you are, right, it's playful. You get to be that, you get to be that beautiful little fanciful experience. Every little flower. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gaia. Every little flower has its playful little place. We do. And we're so happy that each and every one of you have your playful place. And don't ever forget that. You're meant to be here, the authentic version of you, and how you can move about your day with higher regard for your heart space. I hold myself high, and my decisions and my choices today will be held high, so that I choose from a heart space, not to put myself down and not to put others down, and to live from those spaces that are harmful to myself. And my teams have really been, sharing with me about the energies that we're putting out into the air, when we're processing those energies, and then to quickly, when you've finished processing those challenges, when you're going through those releases and releasing the negative densities within your fields, to immediately come up and start affirming in the positive, because those energies need to be heard as well into the universe. So allow yourself the process of release, own your feelings and own your emotions. If you're feeling sad, then say it. Say, I'm feeling sad right now because I've just released something that was, really deep with me, and I want to honor that and I want to own it, but I just want to feel sad for a minute. And allow that emotion its grace. It served you. It's that little psyche wound that never got its attention, never got its story. And you're the one that's bringing it to life and saying, I own you now and I honor you. You're a part of my sacred journey and I'll never forget you. You're a part of the steps that become me. I'm not going to hide you anymore, because I want to be harmonic within myself. I'm harmonizing with me and me all the time, always. Never anybody outside of me. It's always me and me, and I'm satisfied with me and me. Completely okay. Self-renewal, self-actualization, self-fulfillment, self-love, self-care, self-determination, self-beauty, self-joy. It's all you first, within first. And it's a different experience if it's from ego. It's different. When it's self-love, it's sacred. It's a sacred journey. It's a sacred adventure. And you'll feel it. You'll feel the difference. You'll feel it. My boxes are all... Did I do that one? Did my other card go? Just disappeared? Because that's how we make progress. It's always through love and forgiveness and compassion. And then we live forever. That's what's meant for the eternal, the eternal life. Because we are always offered, thank you, Spirit, thank you. Through the love of who we are and the harmony of who we are and the renewal of who we are through light, we live eternally. It's always through love. Can only be through love. There's no magic wonder pill. It's through the alchemy of all that we are, not just part of what we are, all that we are. Through all time. Through all time, we become illuminated and call in the wholeness of all that we are. That's true self-success and fulfillment. You've climbed that ladder. You've got your illumination. And be okay with the path of being up and down and side to side and navigating all the vibrations, because that's what your soul wants. Your soul wants the whole experience. You don't go to a theme park and just ride one ride. You want to ride all of them. You want to have the vibrational experience of the journey that is you, to know that, yeah, I can navigate that difficult. It wasn't fun. It wasn't easy. It was really uncomfortable, but man, look at the skills I got. Look at the gifts I've got. Look at the lessons I have. Look at the learning modules I came up with. Look at the intensity of deep love that I have. That's rich in spirit. Make no mistake about that. That's when you're really rich. You get to be fully you, and you can say, yeah, I worked for this. Not a day goes by where I'm not self-actualizing. You get to own that. You can't fast track, can't take it from somebody. You got to do the work. You got to say, today I want to just be in a higher vibration for me. I want to live myself as fanciful and beautiful and sacred and rich. And I want to be able to say, you know, if someone offers me, you know, a comment or an experience that I've attracted into my field, I want to say, you know what, from now on, I'm just going to stand in my truth and I'm going to own it and say, oh, okay, well, that's okay if you feel that way, but I really feel great love for myself, and I send you light. To rise above and not let that energy hit your field, not let that energy hit your cells, not let that energy hit your declaration of who you are. You claim who you are. You honor your beauty. You honor your inner essence of who you are, the inner light of who you are, and just allow everyone their path. They require that experience for themselves. So allow it, because it will return to them, and they'll have to sort out what energies they were putting out and what vibrations they have to heal within themselves to say, I'm looking at my shadow now. Why do I treat myself and others that way? So just allow. That's that lesson of non-resistance. When you're not resisting anything and fighting back, then you're just allowing the flow of Source Creator just to transmute everything. And your whole energy field is just shifted. It's like, oh, whatever. Send you light. I know I'm perfect. I got it going on. Bleeding's in the house. Right? You don't have to be on the defense. You don't have to return the comments and the negativity from anyone. Just walk in pride and say, okay. And then the more that you do that, you're just honoring yourself with greater self-love. And then you start attracting those that do not, they will honor you. They will hold you high. They will hold your heart and your presence with greatness. And you'll attract a higher vibrational energy where those people want to dance with you in a really sacred way. And they say, wow, you look really great today. Your smile just makes me feel so happy. And I'm so glad I know you. And you're just sharing intimacy and you're sharing exploration. And we're all here. We're all here to embody the light of who we are as a connection. We are 7 billion people, and it's in our connection that we heal ourselves. So allow everyone their path, regardless of how scratchy and itchy it might feel from others, because those of us that are empaths, we absolutely feel it all. And it takes a really strong and powerful soul to stand in your center when there's so much negativity that's thrown around, or projected, or intended, or obligated. And that's okay. See, I'm already clearing. Because now it just doesn't bother me anymore. Just saying that's just part of what others need for their own soul's evolution, but I don't have to take it on, and I won't, because I know how to honor my fields now. I know how to return to me and know that my oneness with Source, my self-clarity, my self-confidence, I'm creating the life that is good for me. And I get to stand in my power and my richness. And I get to say what's beautiful for me. And I get to allow all others their path and not allow the vibrations of negativity to harm my gentle and precious heart. And that's true self-love, and just being a part of the navigation, and everything is all neutral. It's all neutral. And in doing so, then you get to feel within your body, wow, can I move this way now? And you get more and more attuned with how powerful you are as a manifester of energy. You just get to just gently move and navigate with source as to what's good for you and what's not good for you. And your spirit will guide you. Your spirit will guide you to the highest and the best, so that less and less and less, you're going to have those situations that feel, scratchy and itchy. That's how it feels sometimes. So good. So thank you, dear lighter ones. We love you. Thank you for our Gaia message. For those that want to donate, ding, 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 ding. PayPal link is below. We're going to be doing some printing off some new illustrations. Yay! And we're going to be creating so many great things. I've got so many ideas and so many great things on the go. And classes, private sessions, global webinars, private healings. We have our first class tomorrow. Class tomorrow. Yay! It's only 1 hour, and we're keeping the group really small. And it's going to be weekly healings, activations, clearing out the field, learning how to self-care, learning how to set out a routine for you that feels good for you, how to connect with the greater omnipresence, the micro-macro, how to shine within and own your own power, own your own light, whatever traumas you've experienced, whatever abuses you've experienced, we're going to work on that. Okay, you've got a friend in me, and I'm here for you. And I've had so many experiences, and I'm here for that very reason, to help everybody claim their own divine feminine, claim their own divine male, and live as harmony within one another. And just create a beautiful life and be sacred with yourself and honoring of yourself. And we honor you so much. We love you. We rainbow you. Bye.